Welcome to a nourishing midweek lunch hour conversation with Spokane's newsmakers, thought leaders, and popular entertainers. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Welcome to Spokane Talks Live.
Hi everyone, welcome to Spokane Talks Live. I'm your host, Collin Pittman. Okay, I just sat down to start the program, and I was pulled a funny from my producers. I grabbed my coffee, but there was no coffee in it. There was this little squishy rubber ball. Yeah, ha 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 jokes. So I did find my coffee, so we can continue with the show. But we have a really great show today. Lots of people in the studio. Everything from musicians to the cast of Into the Woods from Spokane Valley Summer Theater, Leroy's Barbecue, and then to end the program we have Victoria Zvoncheck Ferro from Audrey's Boutique here in Spokane. All that and more when we come back right after the break.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful. It needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
The following is sponsored by our friends and community supporters at McNeese Wheeler Attorneys. McNeese Wheeler is a boutique law firm in Spokane, handling matters in both Washington and Idaho. Areas of law include business law, wills, trusts and estates, family law, personal injury and wrongful death, and real estate matters. For your full-service legal needs, contact McNeese Wheeler Attorneys.
The economy is getting stronger, banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
All right, welcome back to Spokane Talks Live. We're here in the studio, and I have a couple guests with me now. Leroy from Uncle Leroy's Barbecue. And Leroy, you've got quite a few events coming up here in the next couple weeks, but one big one in particular at the Fairchild Air Force Base. It's called Feed the Troops, and you get a ton of volunteers together and you go out and feed the troops as a way of appreciating them, and I think that's really an incredible way to honor and really show our support and appreciation for those people that serve us all. So kudos to you for doing that, first of all.
Small thing to do for so much that they do.
For sure. But you mentioned that you've actually gotten enough volunteers that you need for the event.
Yes.
But you might need something else. How else can people help?
It's like in any of these events, these days or any days, I guess, food isn't free.
Right.
And this year we're going to be serving 1,000 airmen and their families versus the 500 we did last year.
Wow.
So the event has grown. So the thing that we look for, we've got a lot of volunteers helping us out actually doing the event. The thing we need is that hard, cold cash. Anybody that could donate and help us out in any way. This is a very fun event. We've done this for 7 years. You know, we have young men and women every day of the week overseas or somewhere in the world willing to give their lives so we can have the life we have back here. This event that we do where we feed the whole families, barbecue, is just, I think, some of the simplest things we can do to say thank you.
And you know, it's amazing to me, when we've talked about this event before, you and I personally, you always mention how appreciative they are for
man.
this little thing that you do for them. And I just reiterates like how incredible they really are. So if people want to, support this cause, maybe put a little cash here to support, where can they do that at? Can they contact you?
Yeah,
What can they do?
I suppose the easiest way to do it, and one thing you should never do live on TV is give out your phone number.
Correct.
But I tell you
Correct.
what, that's how you get in touch with me.
Okay.
But they can do that. Here we go. Anybody interested in helping, my phone number is area code 509-289-0708.
Okay, you're in trouble now. It's
I
out
am.
there.
But I got to
It's
tell you,
out
all
there.
this money goes to the Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association,
Right.
which is a nonprofit organization. It goes into their fund, and they fund me back.
Right. Which is a really, really great event. I can't reiterate that enough. And I am really excited to see pictures and such when the event happens in the next couple weeks. And I hope it goes well. I know you
Yeah.
say it's a lot of fun, so I'm going to have to come out there one of these years. and
I
check
tell
it
you
out.
what, it's a lot of work, but you're right. It is a lot of fun.
Good.
And we get a lot of support.
All right, so we actually also have Justin James live in the studio.
Yes.
And Justin, you're a local musician here in Spokane, and I actually learned something about you today. I had just thought that you played guitar, and then I walk in to go meet you this morning, and you had all these instruments with you. So I said, well, which one are you going to play? So obviously you play a ton of instruments, which is
Yes.
awesome. So you're going to play for us today. But first of all, I know you're fantastic, so people are probably going to want to contact you after they hear you when you play us to break. So if someone wants to contact you, where can they go?
Yes,
to
of
book
course. Yes, so I have my website, and on Facebook and Instagram, all my contact information is up there. It's just Justin James Live. And if you want any information about me, it's probably up there. So, yeah, or come out to a show. We're playing at Settlers Creek this Saturday, and Post Falls Days Friday. So
Awesome.
come out and check it out.
Very cool.
Full
All right,
band.
play us to break.
All right, this is an original tune I wrote called Could Have Been Us. Like my friends go around with that old same girl life. Like a king just needed a queen to go and lay by his side. Well, me alone, oh, once again. Well, I'm thinking of you, thinking of what it could have been. It could have been us. Thank
The
you, guys.
economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Is your child having trouble coping with a personal disability, but don't know where to go? Consider our friends at Breakthrough Incorporated. Breakthrough takes great pride in mentoring their DDA clients who have intellectual disabilities and their BRS clients who have challenging behaviors toward the creation of safe, appropriate, ethically sound life goals. They integrate programs at school and home to enrich their lives. They work hard to make a positive difference in you and your family's lives. Breakthrough provides a highly structured, fully staffed residential setting in local neighborhoods, 6 in Spokane and 2 in the Tri-Cities. Diagnoses affect people differently, so their service to each resident is unique, giving them the opportunity to grow and evolve. For more information on Breakthrough, visit their website at breakthroughincorporated.org.
You're really doing it. You're ready to buy a house. You know what you can afford, you've got a pre-approval letter, and you and your partner haven't killed each other yet. Now's the fun part. First, think about your main requirements.
Location,
House type,
square footage,
number of beds and baths,
Garage.
property age,
Then think about specific features.
waterfront,
pool,
local schools,
neighborhood safety,
walking distance to parks.
proximity to a decent Turkish bathhouse.
HO.
From there, input all your search criteria. Min and max prices, number of beds and baths, single fam, multifam, condo, co-op, villa, townhouse, farm, whatever. You can even draw your own custom search around the neighborhood you want. The open house is the most fun you can have in real estate. It's like having carte blanche to walk into a total stranger's house and snoop around while they're not there. Here are a few pointers. First, feel free to step in without knocking or ringing the bell. Unless you see a note saying otherwise, in which case, yes, knock and/or ring. It's generally considered good open house etiquette to wait until a group of buyers leaves a room or area before entering.
What we were talking about. Let's check it out. I know so.
Listen to what other buyers are saying. They may know something about the property or neighborhood that you don't.
I bet they don't even know they have
Oh,
this.
no. Ask questions about the house, how long it's been on the market, the school district, the property taxes, but keep it cool. Don't give yourself away by sounding too excited.
And the schools in this area are incredible. They're actually building a brand new one 3 blocks away. What? And it should be open in the middle of next year.
Please do not steal. Finally, if there are snacks or refreshments, do not take them. It'll skew your perspective. Unless they're mini quiches. Those little are tasty as hell.
Welcome back to Spokane Talks Live. Okay, so this is a pretty fun segment for me because I am actually part of the show, which we're discussing today. I am very fortunate to stage manage Into the Woods at Spokane Valley Summer Theater, and some of the actors in the show are actually here with me too. We're kind of all over the board here for you know, in comparison to the stories. We have Cinderella's stepmother, and we have Little Red Riding Hood, and we have Jack's mother. So for those of you that don't know Into the Woods, it really is, it's really actually hard to explain. It's a twist and a culmination of lots of the Grimm fairy tales. Is that a good way to put it, you think?
True. Well, it's told through the story of the baker and his wife. So it's really their story of wanting to have a child, right, and all of those people impact how they make that or don't make that happen. You'll have to come and find out what happens.
Yes, yes.
In the story.
And the thing, now you guys will have to tell me what you think about this. The one thing about Into the Woods that always surprises me, and every time I watch it, and even every time I see it at rehearsal, by the time you get to just about intermission, you think, I've got it all figured out. It's great. Is it the end of the show? That was great. And then things turn, there are lots of twists and turns, and things happen that you didn't think would happen, and it's not as happy as you thought it was in Act 2. So what have you guys noticed character-wise from Act 1 and then going into the second act, and changes you've had to make to your character?
No, that wishes are just wishes, and not always do we get what we think we will if we are granted that wish.
Right. That's really true. It really is.
That makes the character more interesting.
It does. It does. And I think there's something to be said about that in comparison to life in general, too. You know, we don't always know what's ahead. You know, it might seem, you know, like we're on the top of the world, and then things change at the top of a hat very instantaneously. So before we dive into a little bit more about your guys' characters in the show, we actually have some ticket giveaways for Spokane Valley Cinema Theater's Into the Woods. We've been promoting this on social media, on our Spokane Talks Facebook page, and we've had lots of responses from people that are interested. So we've randomly selected through the computer our winners. So I'm going to just name those 10 winners off that are receiving 2 tickets each to opening weekend. Nice. So that's exciting. So we have Jim Hanley, Casey Horde, Nanette Kanishi, Becky McNeil, Julene Osborne, Krista Larson, Shannon Patrick, Misty Smith, Dorinda Merritt, and Kathy Wolrahammer. So they are in for a real treat, because it's a fantastic show. And the artistic quality of Into the Woods is really... How would you say that it's set apart from other shows? Because there are certain elements, which I don't want to give away, that make it far more intriguing than other productions of Into the Woods.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful. The set is gorgeous. It's been well thought out and put together. And each of the worlds we have to bring into it make another level, another layer more interesting, and give people room to think about what it is their ideas of those fairy tales actually are.
Right.
You know, how do we make the stepmother evil and beautiful at the same time?
Right.
There's some other technical things that we added over this week, and when they added those things, I felt that I was actually in the woods, such as for the opening scene, and I just was like, wow, I feel like I'm actually in the story.
Right, and it's even watching rehearsals. You know, when you go into Tech Week, there's just an element of the theater magic that's added, and wow, it's a show. It all of a sudden just becomes, whoa, this is the real deal. So, Noelle, you are actually the youngest person in the cast.
Yes.
So what is it like to work with so many actors in the cast that are a lot older than you, and maybe they've been in theater a lot longer than you? How do you deal with that?
Well, I feel that everyone in the cast is very helpful for mentoring me and helping with my singing voice and my acting. And I play Little Red Riding Hood, and she goes from a point to where she's innocent and naive to towards the end of the show, she develops a maturity about her.
For sure. And Tamara, you're new to SVST this year. So what is the number one thing that has surprised you this year, going in, meeting actually a lot of new people, maybe that you hadn't worked with before, and going into a professional theater environment in this new venture?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. It's a place where I'm reconnecting with people that I've known for years, like you said, and meeting lots of new people. This is a huge production, and it's extremely well organized, managing all of the moving parts. And that's made it easy, you know, that when you've got something so large and so overwhelming to produce in such a short amount of time, you need organization, and it's very, very organized, so that's quite helpful.
It really is organized, and I think we can definitely all agree on that. Our artistic director, Yvonne A.K. Johnson, is very, very organized. Our music director, David Brewster, is phenomenal as well, and it just helped things stay smooth, through the whole rehearsal process. I've noticed, there was never, whenever there was a glitch, it was dealt with very professionally, and, we got over it together. And, so it just adds a level of professionalism and clarity for everyone, and the organization piece. I love that.
There's a lot of people in the group who have been in theater, Tamara is one, for many, many years, and have great experience, and therefore, if there is a glitch or something to be dealt with, everyone realizes we must, and we go and figure it out rather than wait for someone to hold your hand and drag you through it.
Right.
It takes much less time that way.
It does. So I really, really hope that you guys are all going to come out and check out Into the Woods at Spokane Valley Summer Theater. It's at the Central Valley Performing Arts Center. And there's actually another event, though, this summer. And what is that, Darnell?
The benefit, the Broadway in Concert benefit, that is now a second-tier exhibit or show that we do, that it's just numbers of the cast, including tech people who aren't in the show but are very talented, and this is a benefit that's for a scholarship that's through the Central Valley High School program that we do to help them and to say thank you for the use of their beautiful facility.
Right.
And people sing various and sundry things, duets, trios, solos, etc. But it's a night of just fun entertainment of good musical theater. And if you're in love with musical theater at all, it is the time to come because it's just fun.
It really is. And the Central Valley Performing Arts Center, it really is a state-of-the-art facility. There's free parking, and the facility itself continues to amaze me. I've been in so many other theaters, and it's phenomenal to just see the space and the technology of the whole facility.
Well, as Yvonne says, it has all the bells and whistles.
It has all the bells and whistles. I love it. All right, you guys. I'm excited for a phenomenal opening weekend, and I wish you all the best of luck. So break a leg, because we can't say good luck. Yeah. But we'll hope to see you also at Spokane Valley Summer Theater's production of Into the Woods. We open this Friday, July 13th, until July 29th. You can get your tickets at svsummertheater.com. We'll be back on Spokane Talks Live right after the break.
See you tomorrow night, and thanks again for taking care of the painting.
I got this.
Bye.
Weekends are made for painting. Let the experts at Rada Paint take care of you.
Hi. This looks amazing.
Rada Paint, over 80 years of quality, tradition, and trust. Find it in every can.
To help you be safe, Washington state law requires you to call 811 2 full business days before you plan, for example, to dig, drill, plow, pull from, or pound anything into the ground. Be prepared to provide the operator with the correct address, cross street, and a description of your work. You must mark the dig area with white paint. The operator will inform you of the utilities notified of your impending excavation. Wait for all their marks. Be safe and dig with care.
The economy is getting stronger. Banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
All right, I am back with my, I would say, firecracker guest of the show, Victoria Zvoncheck Ferro from Audrey's Boutique.
Yes.
Here in Spokane. And I love your energy. Whenever I get to talk to you, it's always so enlightening and energetic, and I always feel that I have a more positive outlook on life.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
You're so positive and energetic.
Thank you.
So, thank you,
You're
first
welcome.
of all. And you have a motto that you kind of live by that I really love, and that is buy local, give local.
Absolutely.
And I know that's really important to you, but kind of discuss what that actually means and looks like.
There are in Spokane so many small local businesses, and I own one of them. I own one of the legacy businesses. My business, I'm the fourth owner of a business that's been in Spokane over 40 years.
Wow.
Which is amazing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's amazing for a local business, a privately owned business, to be open that long.
Right.
And carrying on this legacy is important to me, and it's important to a lot of my clients as well. But one of the things that happens here is I'm a firm believer in let's make sure our own backyard is in shape before we start moving on. And so as a small business owner here in Spokane, my business's giving is to local organizations. But many, many times as a business owner, and I know that there's other local business owners out there, you get people that come into your store, or you get leaflets of people, you don't even know who they are, you don't know who the organization is, and it's almost like they're just throwing spaghetti on the wall going, I'm going to send this out, send us money, send us, or give us a donation.
Right.
And you don't see that. Like, you go to events, fundraising events around the area, and you don't see Costco donated to this. You don't see Macy's donated to this 99% of the time. You see local bike shop, local car dealer, local clothing store are the ones who are donating.
Right.
And you know, we all have our businesses. You have a beautiful, you just talked to some people with the, what is it, the Spokane Valley Summer Theater. And I'm sure that they've got donations from locally owned businesses as well to keep them going. And the reason I can stay in business is because I have people who shop in my store. But I can't help like a theater, and I can't help everybody. But when I have people that come into my business and go, would you donate? Who are you? Have you shopped in my store?
Right.
Are you a client? Yeah.
Right.
And it's and I don't mean it to be a snotty thing, but it's, if I'm going to support you, you need to support the local businesses who are supporting you.
Right.
And I end every single one of my radio ads with buy local, give local.
Which is really something that's important, I think, you know, to sustain small businesses in our community. And it's really interesting that you mentioned the large department stores and the bigger stores, because you'd think that those would be the stores that would make the donations, because they'd have the finances and the people to do it. But yet we always reach out to our local small businesses.
That's correct.
And why do you think that small businesses are more likely, you know, to make those donations, to support the
because it is their community? I donate to my community. I donate to local nonprofit organizations that match my business's philosophy and match my business's clientele, so to speak. I support Beyond Pink, which provides thermograms for women for breast cancer detection. I support Breast Intentions, which provides lingerie for women who don't have the funds to get something
and
properly
as you're
fitted.
called the bra whisperer,
yes, I am.
That seems very fitting.
I'm the bra whisperer. Not a set I can't fit. But anyway, it's important. You know, you and I met actually in Rosalia at the Miss Rosalia pageant.
At a pageant.
And the one thing that really I loved about that whole experience there was that whole community came together. Everybody came to the event. I mean, I know Rosalia is a small town, but I really could feel the community there. I could really feel everybody helped everybody out. And, you know, honestly, it takes a village to raise a child, they say. Well, it takes a village to make the village. And so it's important, in my estimation, that those of us, you know, if you have if you need something in Spokane and you go, well, you know, I'm going to go to this big box store, but you could easily go
and get
to
the same thing.
And get the same thing. Go to a smaller hardware store. You might get better customer service because those people who own those businesses are experts most of the time. And, you know, sometimes so you spend an extra 25 cents on an item or an extra $1 on an item. In the end, it may be worth it to you because you may, you know, the knowledge that they're giving you is worth it with the product you're getting. But also, maybe your son's in a little league and, you know, could you donate something to a fundraiser for our little league team so we can go somewhere?
Right.
Well, sure. You know, you've shopped here. You've done for me. I'll do for you.
Right.
And it's, to me, it's yes, Spokane is a large, I've always said Spokane is a large city with a small community atmosphere. Everybody helps everybody else out. And I mean, I moved here 22 years ago, and the feeling of that small town is here, even though it's a fairly large area, very large geographic area that we encompass. And in the end, it's just helping everybody else out. And it's keeping these smaller businesses in because I don't like seeing empty storefronts. You know, oh yeah, I remember so-and-so's candy store used to be there. Well, nobody shopped at so-and-so's candy store.
Right.
And it might have been a very superior product. So, and you notice that the malls are dying, but you are finding a lot of smaller locally owned businesses popping up here and there, but we need to support them.
Right.
You know, they're in the new Kendall Yards. They're in the new areas in downtown. They're going up north into the county, you know, up, and you're helping your neighbors.
It's, you know, that's so interesting because, like you said, small town, it is a big area, but it really does have a small town feel.
It really does.
And the neighbor aspect really clicked with me because I know several business owners who have lake places next to each other, and their, you know, kids go to school together, and so it really is a community, I think, in the true sense of the word.
It is.
And that support is vital.
It is.
To maintain our small businesses and that community feel.
Exactly. Exactly. Sure, you may be able to get something on Amazon.
Right.
For just a little bit less, plus shipping maybe,
Plus shipping.
whatever.
Plus shipping.
But you go into a store, you can touch, you can feel, you know what you're going to buy or not going to buy just by doing that. And by having that interaction with someone who knows what they're doing, or the business owner, or one of the salespeople that work there, you're developing a rapport and you're developing a relationship with them.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes that makes all the difference in the world to a person's day.
For sure. And, you know, I hadn't really thought about this either, that you are so passionate about the organizations that you specifically support. And like you said, you seek out to support organizations and groups that align with your motto and with your philosophy. So I know you are really involved with Miss America.
Yes. We are the only business in Eastern Washington that is a sponsor of the Miss Washington pageant through the Miss America system.
In all of Eastern Washington.
In all of Eastern Washington, people. These are wonderful, talented women who, they need your support.
Wow.
It's a women helping women kind of issue for me.
Right.
My own daughter went through the system and walked away with over $30,000 in scholarship money.
Wow.
Graduated debt-free with her bachelor's degree and paid off part of her master's in business.
And what do you say to people who, I know this is a hot topic right now, that Miss America and pageants similar to that are specifically a beauty pageant? It's exclusively about what you look like. Because I know
we all judge books by their cover. It's like people say you eat with your eyes. If something doesn't look good, you're not going to eat it.
Right.
The Miss America pageant was started in Atlantic City as a bathing beauty pageant a million years ago. And it's evolved and evolved. So now it's called the Miss America Scholarship Organization.
Okay.
These women don't come out with a cash prize. They don't get a fancy apartment. They don't win a car. They don't win anything. What they win in a monetary or in-kind donations are educations. Educations. All of that scholarship money never touches a young woman's hand. It goes from the organization to the school that they're attending, or to help pay off their student loans. The judging that's done is, the majority of the judging scores are talent and interview, one-on-one interview. Bathing suit was like a 5%, you know, evening gown, 10%. That's all it was.
Right.
It's about what the substance of the woman. So if you're talking about the new issue with no swimwear.
Yes, bye-bye bikini.
Well, you know, you never know. That may change. I know that there's some issues going on with the new board with Miss America. I'm not totally involved with that at all. But, you know, it was what started that pageant. And the majority of the young women that compete that I've heard are kind of sad it's gone.
Why do you think that is?
It's something that they work so hard for. You know, there's 4 points to that crown the women wear, whether they're a local title holder or a state title holder or Miss America herself. And it's style, success, scholarship, and service. And that's just 30 seconds on stage. But they work so hard to show that they can.
They live a healthy lifestyle.
They live a healthy lifestyle. They can still be smart. They can still be talented. They can, some of them are already professional and already working out in their careers. Some of them are finishing up school, and they can. It's almost like I can do it all.
Right.
Maybe they really can't do it all, but no, there's just a well-rounded package. So there's still some controversy going on, and I can't really speak to it knowledgeably at this point to see what's going to happen. It will be televised on ABC, I think.
Oh.
And we do have a brand new Miss Washington, Dana Marie McNichol Carter, who was with Creme 2.
Yes.
Reporter. Wonderful gal. My daughter, Elizabeth, she and her husband decided they wanted to give back to the Miss Washington organization that did so much for Elizabeth, for my daughter, Liz. And they started the Women at Work Scholarship.
I heard about this.
And there were 3. These women did not have to do anything. It was judged off of their platform statements and their resumes. And there were 3 finalists. The winner got a $2,000 cash scholarship, and the 2 finalists each received $500 apiece.
Wow.
So it was a $3,000 total package, and Dana Marie was the winner of this. So I really...
It didn't necessarily have to go to Miss Washington.
No. At that time...
But she happened to
the night it was announced at preliminary night. So nobody knew who Miss Washington was at that point. And it doesn't matter because it was open to any of the young women. And so, in fact, the 3 women besides Dana Marie, the other 2 young ladies were all working in their field at this point. So that was great, and I was so proud. And I look at this and I think, okay, well, you know, Miss Washington comes to me and we do an appearance wardrobe, so we can kind of get her through. You know, title holder, you got to change your clothes a lot,
right?
And so. She comes to me and she gets a wardrobe from me, from Audrey's boutique, and then with my daughter. And it makes me proud to think that between my daughter and I, we're donating anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000 worth of cash and goods to the organization and to keep it going. Because I know that young woman, when she steps out of her mode, and any of those 25 young women that competed, they're going on to bigger and better things because the crown doesn't define them. It's not about the rhinestones. It's about the person and what they're going to accomplish. Because that whole group of women, you're going to see doctors and lawyers and business women and, you know, all kinds of people come out of that group. And so it's wonderful that Elizabeth was able to give back, which was great. You know, yay, I done good with my kids.
Right.
But also, too, it's women supporting women. And in my case, it's kind of a generational thing. And with my daughter, it's a peer thing. And so I think that's a wonderful, another way of showing support.
Right.
You know.
Support who supported you.
Right, exactly.
Just as Elizabeth did, and we were talking about that earlier, too. That is a really good way to put it. Support those who have supported you along the way.
That's right.
You know, give back when you can. But I really would encourage anyone watching to take some time to think about that. You know, if you're going to a big box store this week, think about, if you're in the car, could I get this at a local hardware store or local clothing store? Or could I go to a local family-owned coffee shop in town?
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, just it's nice to, you know, support those businesses that are local.
That's right.
Here in Spokane, so that we can really maintain them and keep them here.
I mean, yeah, just because people are local business owners doesn't mean that we're rich.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
Far from it.
Right.
But at the same token, you know, we each support each other.
Right.
You know, I have some wonderful friends who are business owners. In fact, I've got the shoes on from a friend who opened up a shoe store in Hayden. You know, it's one of those things. I have another friend who does organizing, which I need organizing badly. And she comes and buys her clothes from me, and then she laughs at me because the organizing she did for me, okay, I'm not so good. But anyway, you know, and that's the way it is. It's people helping people, whether they're your friends or not.
Right.
Because they can become your friends. And the more we help each other out, whether it's in business, whether it's a donation to a local organization. You know, the young man who wanted the dog that I saw. Yes, I'm from New York. I said dog. You know, and I saw how many people were coming and giving this young man money so he could get that puppy and take care of it, whatever.
Right.
That's what this town's about. And I love that. And I love that. And, you know, you buy local, you give local, you'll feel good about yourself.
I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming on. Always good to have you.
Oh, we'll do it again, Collin.
Yes, we will. We will. And that is actually all for today on Spokane Talks Live. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Spokane Talks Live is produced in Spokane, Washington by Spokane Talks Online, LLC, which is solely responsible for its content. To recommend a guest or topic, or to see this program again, please visit our website, SpokaneTalksOnline.com. Spokane Talks Live is brought to you by our friends at Homes for You and Breakthrough Incorporated. Join us next Wednesday, noon, for another nourishing conversation on Spokane Talks Live.